Hello, and welcome to Ware's exhibition. As an IB World School, exhibition is a culminating experience for all of our fourth and fifth grade scholars to showcase what they've learned over their journey on a PYP campus. So please sit back and enjoy the passion, issue, and action our scholars are taking to become world leaders.
Plastic by Christina Elias. IB Exhibition. Transdisciplinary theme where we are in place and time. Central idea individuals, discovery and exploration from the past. Inspire, change, and shape our perspective. How did people adapt to their environment? People adapted to their environment because Leo Banklin's plastic invention helped people be warm in the winter and cool in the summer. How did the inventor's invention change over time? His invention changed over time because people now use it for technology and electrical things. What did the inventor discover? The inventor discovered that he not only impacted other people's life, but he saved some too. For example, people use it for glasses so you can see. Function. How does it work? Plastic works by being able to mold into many shapes and product that can be used for many purposes. Causation. Why is it like this? Plastic is a material that you can use for things to make out of it. Change. How is it changing? Plastic is changing because they now use it for more fancier things. What is the problem that you're researching? The problem about plastic that I am researching is that some plastics are strangling animals. Why did you choose this problem? I chose this problem because I wanted to know more about plastic and to know how other people use this. Why does this matter to me? This matters to me because plastic has a negative and positive effect on the environment. How can you take actions to help solve a problem? Actions can help solve a problem by asking a question or teaching other people. One way to take action is to teach and educate others on the harmful effects of plastic on our environment. Plastic then versus plastic now. The first image, it shows a plastic machine that is melting plastic. The second image, it shows a plastic utensils. History of plastics. The first row, it talks about the inventor and the invention. The second and third row, it talks about different years that were used. It talks about plastics that were used in different years. My cited page. I got all my information from all these sites, but the one that I got most of my information from was applications, societal benefits of plastic.
Just stand up real quick. Stand up. Like.
Radioactivity by me and Manuel Valdivia. This is Henry Becquerel, founder of Radioactivity. IB Exhibition, Transdisciplinary Theme, where we are in place and time. Central idea, individual discoveries and exploration from the past. Inspire, change, and shape our perspective. Change. Radioactivity changed a lot over the years because back then radioactivity was only used for x-rays, but now it's used for many other machines like refrigerators, ice machines, and many machines. Radioactivity helps more now, but back then it was used less and less helpful than Then, after someone figured out how to use radioactivity they started to use radioactivity more. How people change as a result of Henry Becquerel invention. Discovery of radioactivity, like Thomson's discovery of the electron. The discovery of radioactivity in uranium by French physicist Henry Becquerel in 1896 forced scientists to radically change their ideas about structures. Radioactivity demonstrated that the atom was neither indivisible nor immutable. Does radioactivity help the world? Radioactivity does help society by machines like X-rays, because without radioactivity we will have more wounds because the X-rays won't work. How did Henry Becquerel accidentally discover radioactivity? This year it is 125 years since Henry Becquerel accidentally discovered radioactivity. It has been argued that this was the result after Becquerel's long systematic research into the phenomenon of luminescence. The first evidence for radioactivity, images formed by Becquerel's uranium salt. This is Henry Becquerel's work, and this is the uranium salt he used for radioactivity. When was Henry Becquerel born? Henry Becquerel was born on December 15, 1852, and he died on August 25, 1908, at the age of 52. Early pioneers in radioactivity. Röntgen was the founder of X-rays in 1895. Becquerel was the founder of radioactivity. He found radioactivity in 1896. Rutherford was the founder of alpha and beta rays in 1897. The Curious was the founder of radium and polonium, 1900s to 1908, and the one who found the Curies got cancer from the invention she tried to make. How does radioactivity work? Radioactivity is the release of atoms from the decay of the nuclei of certain kinds of atoms and isotopes. How does radioactivity look like? Radioactivity are enhanced for the safety of you because it's highly toxicated. Why is radioactivity like it is? Radioactivity is like it is because an atom is stable if one's forces among the particles that make up the nucleus are balanced. An atom is unstable if these forces are unbalanced, if the nucleus has an excess of internal energy. When was radioactivity discovered? Radioactivity was discovered on March 1st, 1896. Radioactivity was discovered from Henry Becquerel by accident. How is radioactivity dangerous? Radiation can damage our DNA in our cells. High doses of radiation can cause acute radiation syndrome or cutaneous radiation injuries. Why did Henry Becquerel have to delay his invention? With the intention of further advancing the studies of X-rays, Becquerel intended to place the concealed photographic paper in the sunlight and observe what transpired. Unfortunately, he had to delay his experiments because the skies over Paris were overcast. Pictures of Henry Becquerel. how radioactivity looked back then versus now. Back then, radioactivity was in cans, but it was easy to open back then. But now it's way harder to open because they're on some glass and highly protective stuff. The resources that I used were United States Department of Energy, Google Scholar, and YouTube. The end of radioactivity information.
So I will be representing anesthesia by me, Celine. IB exhibition, transdisciplinary theme, where we are in place and time, in the central idea, individuals' discovery and exploration from the past inspire, change, and shape our perspective. Background information of anesthesia and the inventor of anesthesia. The inventor of anesthesia is William T.G. Morton. William T.G. Morton was born on August 9, 1819. William was a dentist and a surgeon in Boston. He created anesthesia on October 16, 1846. Before making anesthesia, William was expecting to make pain reducers, which are pills that help you not feel any pain. Anesthesia changed the world because it helps people not feel any pain through the surgery, because when the surgeries give the patients the anesthesia, it makes them fall asleep without waking up or feeling any pain. The invention went wrong because he accidentally used sulfuric ether. Anesthesia solved from people getting nervous feelings before the surgery and feeling of pain. Today, anesthesia is still being given before the surgeries to have no feeling of pain during the surgery, and it also has to be given carefully since some people can be allergic. William died on June 15, 1868 in New York at the age of 48. What is a problem with anesthesia? A problem of anesthesia is that it does not work for some others and can be allergic. Why did I choose this problem? I chose this problem because there is a chance that it may not affect others, including family, but it also has saved many lives. Why does this matter to me? This problem matters because you may lose your memory after the surgery. It could also cause brain damage. How can I take action to solve this problem? I can educate people about something called physostigmine, which will reverse the memory loss, but it can appear again. Function, how does it work? Anesthesia works by making people's nervous feelings go away before the surgery, which also takes pain during the surgery away. Causation, why is it like this? Anesthesia is like that so you won't feel any pain or any nervousness during before the surgery. Change, how is it changing? Before we had anesthesia, patients would either have to go through the surgery with a little pain or serious pain while awake. Now that we have anesthesia, we stop feeling pain during the surgery. My questions: how people adapt anesthesia to their environment. Anesthesia changed the environment by making difficult surgeries possible. Changes over time. In 2021 through 2022, a bunch of changes were made just to make anesthesia more environment friendly. Discovery using various resources: National Institute of Health, National Institute of General Medical Scientists, American Society of Anesthesiologists. So, as you can see in this image, this is when we didn't have anesthesia, so they would have to do it with pain. And now that we have it, we do have anesthesia, so they would do it more differently. The end of anesthesia, story by me.
Dynamite by me, Amar Roulette. IB exhibition, transdisciplinary theme, where we are in place and time. Central idea, individuals' discovery and exploration from the past inspire change and shape our perspective. Alfred Nobel. Alfred Nobel was born in Sweden October 21st, 1833. Alfred was a curious and intelligent child since his young age. He also had to miss school due to sickness and poverty. And he also spent his youth traveling around the world studying chemistry, meeting inventors, and expanding knowledge. When Alfred was just 9, the family had to move to Russia for better opportunities. During his teens, Alfred took interest in writing poetries. Alfred's father sent him to Paris to become a chemical engineer. Alfred became very interested in nitroglycerin and wondered how it could be used in construction work. Pictures of Alfred Nobel. Why did Alfred invent dynamite? He created dynamite to help people build railroads, make buildings, and go mining, but he and others also used it for war to make cannons, bombs, and rockets. Why did he regret making dynamite? He regretted making dynamite because he saw that many people use it in war to kill other people. Pictures of dynamite. Dynamite blowing up. Parts of dynamite. So A is the materials, earth, or any other type of absorbent material soaked in nitroglycerin. B, the protective coating surrounding the explosive material. C, the blasting cap. D, the electric cable or fuse connected to the blasting cap. The evolution of dynamite. How dynamite works. The nitroglycerin in dynamite has stored energy that is given up quickly when it is exploded. The very quick formation of gases produced when the molecules break apart produces with the kinetic energy. The force of this energy can break apart rocks. How is dynamite changing? After the straight dynamites and gelatins, the next important events in dynamite was the substitution of ammonium nitrate for part of the nitroglycerin to give a safer and less expensive product. Why is dynamite the way it is? It was much less likely to spontaneously explode, which is why Nobel dubbed it dynamite or Nobel safety powder. In a September 1866 patent application, according to Alfred Nobel, a biography, Arcade Publishing, 1991. How dynamite was accidentally invented. Nobel's breakthrough came in 1967 when he discovered by chance that mixing nitroglycerin with an exorbitant like diatomaceous earth, he could create a much more stable and controllable explosion compound. This invention was the birth of dynamite. Nobel persevered with his goal of developing a safe nitroglycerin explosive, first inventing the blasting cap and then discovering that siliceous earth and kieselguhr would stabilize nitroglycerin, thus making dynamite. How did dynamite help the world? 1,000 times more powerful than black powder, dynamite expended the building of roads, tunnels, canals, and other construction projects worldwide in the second half of the 19th century. How did people struggle before dynamite? People struggled before dynamite because they wouldn't have many railroads, tunnels. They would have to take many weeks of mining to get the materials that they were looking for. Old dynamite versus new dynamite. As you can see, old dynamite doesn't have a timer, so you never know when it will explode. And the new dynamite has a timer, so you know when it will explode. How can we help the environment with dynamite? Explosive weapons can devastate a landscape. They can reduce buildings to toxic rubble and destroy long-cherished trees. They can contaminate the soil for decades and cause poisons to leach into once healthy rivers. They can decimate ecosystems and disturb the harmony of nature. Why dynamite is important to me? Dynamite is important to me because I want to know what I could use it for in the future. How do we use dynamite today? Explosives commonly used in transportation projects, most often used in smaller boreholes. Gelatin dynamites are useful for blasting extremely hard rock. Medium and large borehole blasting and cushion blasting. My resources. Alfred Nobel from Dynamite to the Nobel Peace Prize. About Alfred, 12 things you did not know. The end of the dynamite story, or is it?